We spoke to the stars of the brand new Apple TV Plus show, Sunny. Check out our conversation with Rashida Jones and Hidetoshi Nishijima. Rashida, Hidetoshi, I'm going to spend the next 7 or 8 minutes trying not to be a fanboy because I love you both. I'm going to be a professional. But Sunny was absolutely fantastic. I binged the whole thing. I think the both of you have incredible on-screen chemistry. And I was wondering what the challenges are in portraying something like that in a bilingual show or a bilingual scenario like you have here. Or is it the same? Am I completely misreading this?
No, I mean, listen, it's challenging to speak different languages. No question. But you already know that, and that's already, I mean, that's something you're already prepared for. So I think in a way, I think I felt very connected to Hide very quickly, and that had nothing to do with language. It is a barrier. It's definitely a barrier. It makes everything just kind of like a little bit harder when you want to translate nuance and stuff. But then there's a kind of, tacit thing that has nothing to do with language.
I'm lucky because Rashida-san, so yeah, first time we met in Zoom, and at that moment I recognized her, soul and heart. だから本当にそこでつながって、あとケイティとルーシーもそうだし、たくさんの人たちと本当にまず心でつながれたことがとても大きかったです。その言語っていうのはその後にあるもので、だから結局、そこが本当に最初にうまくいったので、この作品がうまくいったんだと思います。
And I asked the question because I think there are some shows when I notice that a rhythm and tone is somewhat lost. And I think with the both of you and with Sunny, given the rhythm of Japanese and English so different, I think there was a synergy there which really worked. But yeah, Hidetoshi-san, I was wondering if you could talk to me about your approach to Masa, because he is a character, for the most part, who we see through everyone else's eyes. And so he is interpreted always through someone else. And I was wondering how you approach playing a character like that.
僕は本当に最初、飛行機事故でいなくなって、過去の回想シーンでラシダとの、そういうこういうことがあったっていうシーンだけで終わると思ってたんですよね。だから脚本が来るために、そうなんだっていう、僕自身も観客の皆さんと同じような驚きがあって、だから、本当にマサのいろんな面を演じることになって、でもそれは、おそらくケイティが僕と出会って、いろいろ会ってるうちに、僕の中のいろんな面を見て彼女が描いてくれたと思うんですよね。だからそれはすごく感謝してますし、自分の中でも僕のキャリアの中でいろいろアクションもやるし、悪い男もやるし、暴力的なシーンもあるし、知的な役もやるしっていうことでいろんな役をやっているので、そのいろんなことを全部このドラマで出せたっていうのはすごく楽しかったです。
That's very cool. Rashida, in shows like this, I know very little about the acting process. So in shows like this, where there is a constant sense of mystery and foreboding, I was wondering what it was like for you as an actor. How do you approach something like that? Is it a case of just always be suspicious? Is that your approach?
Just like that. No, I'm with you in the sense that this is a very new kind of acting for me. I've never been the center of a mystery where you have to follow from my point of view, and I have to constantly be curious, constantly be confused, and constantly be on edge in a way that's not, looks crazy and feels real.
Because we're constantly like that watching you.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, yeah, you have to be. So it was a very new challenge for me. I think I was figuring out along the way. I remember the first day acting on this show and thinking, oh my God, I'm a terrible actress. This was an absolute mistake. Hopefully I wasn't right. There's a lot of things that happened that made the show great that were out of my hands. But yeah, I found it extremely challenging to stay in that state of like heightened awareness. To be that for the audience was like a very new experience for me. I don't know. I think it works.
It works.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
It left me feeling a lot more suspicious about the world by the end of the show. So I think you've succeeded. Okay. Yeah. I've got a couple of minutes left, but I think I wanted to ask you about one of the highlights of the show for me, which was the fact that female relationships, or at least the three central, I'm counting Sunny as a female relationship, but the three central female relationships were so refreshing. And so we don't often see relationships like that on screen. And I was wondering where that came from. What was it like developing that between another human being and a disembodied voice? What was it like?
I think that was extremely important to Katie Robbins, showrunner. And I think she and I have that in common, which is like our network of female friends is so vital to us and who we are and our identity and our ability to cope and move forward through the world. But also I've been very lucky because a lot of things I've done, the female friendship is this kind of central force, like Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
Leslie and Anne have like this love, this like, it's like a romance basically. And I have that in my own life. So that's not unusual for me. It's weird that it's unusual on screen. It shouldn't be because everybody I know has that in their lives, and it's why they feel good about themselves. They have friends who are supporting them, female friends that are supporting them. But I think it's especially poignant for Susie because she considers herself a loner. I don't think she ever expects to be part of a group or have like a group of female friends. So she needs to depend on them in order to find out more about her husband, to survive death and danger. So I think she finds herself, without wanting to, being parts of these female friendships, which is kind of sweet because they do save her ultimately.
It's very, very cool. I'm all out of time. The both of you are absolutely fantastic. The show's great. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sunny is now streaming on Apple TV Plus. Have you seen it? What do you think? Sound off in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.